everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last did a video. I've been busy, but I am doing Camp Nano, so I thought I'd just do a quick overview of what I would be working on for camp. I don't know whether I'll do any videos during the month. I have tried in previous nanos to do nano vlogs for both camps and NaNoWriMo, and I haven't got anywhere near as many as I want to do, and I'll probably end up focusing on writing and forgetting to do this type of thing anyway, which is very, very common for me. But I'm working on a Dragon Ball Z fanfiction that is a rewrite of my very first fanfiction, Life-Changing Moments, which was about Gohan's parents, Chi-Chi and Goku, die when he's really, really young. So I think I had him as 8 weeks old in both versions of the story. And in Life-Changing Moments, Bulma adopts him as a single parent without, it's like she's still with Yamcha, but at that time, but she doesn't adopt him with Yamcha. And you can probably hear my cats in the background because they've decided to go and be playful. Just as I decided to record, they've been quiet all morning, so I thought I'd have a chance to do this without background noise. Obviously not. They're like, you're talking, you must be involved. So in the rewrite, which is called Memorable Moments, it's still about Bulma adopting Gohan, but she doesn't do it alone this time. She adopts him with Yamcha. And the reason for that change is when I first started writing fan fiction back in 2007, I hadn't seen Dragon Ball Z all the way through. I'd just seen what had been on TV, and I had many missed episodes in between, and I had not seen Dragon Ball. So I didn't really understand the Yamcha Bulma relationship and why people kept pairing them together, because I knew they dated at the start of Z, but it's like at the start of Z, from the episodes I'd seen, their relationship was very on again, off again already, I suppose. And it was only after I'd watched Dragon Ball all the way through that and saw those early episodes of Dragon Ball Z that I hadn't seen much of, that I was like, okay, I understand this relationship more than I did when I was younger. So I now have them adopting Gohan together. I wanted this rewrite released for the 10-year anniversary of when I first started posting fanfiction, which was in July 2017, so I'm a few years late for that. I've gone and changed it to, I want the project completed from start to the very end of Z. I haven't decided if I'll go into Super, because Super was not a thing when I started doing this rewrite. I haven't got very far into the rewrite. I've gone and marked that I've got 9 chapters completed, but there's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chapters that I've gone and moved in between, which have just got question marks. So I'll probably end up going and re-chaptering everything after it's actually finished. So I haven't bothered with re-chaptering. I've got 20,143 words written so far of this draft, but 7,633 are an outline, and I have outlined to the end of Z. Oh no, that's not really the end of Z. I've outlined to the end of Gohan finishing high school. And outlining to the end of when Gohan finishes high school, that's chapter 129. So I have 129 chapters outlined, and I think, where does my outline start? Oh, my outlines don't match anymore. My numbers don't match, but I'll just go through with it because I'm not renumbering them every time I split chapters up even further or combine them into one another. This is just a very loose outline for what I want to do with the story. One thing, I don't think I'll get that far. My aim is to get to when Vegeta and Nappa get to Earth, which chapter is that? It's in the 20s somewhere. Raditz coming to Earth is in the 20s. Yeah, it's still in the 20s. So I want to get to the point where Vegeta and Nappa come to Earth. I have cut out a few, or most of my OCs, and I have added one OC, but I've made it so they're not as important. So in Life-Changing Moments, I had an OC Frush, who was Vegeta's daughter, and she was the thing in that story that I made her as an excuse because I didn't know how to get through it's like, how do these people without Goku beat Vegeta and Nappa? So in that, she was an excuse for Vegeta to leave because his daughter was getting attacked and he didn't blow up the planet because he was still interested in Gohan. He still planned to go back and get Gohan. Which didn't end up happening because he met up with them on Namek where he was, when in that story, I can't remember why exactly. I think it was for the Dragon Balls, but it's been a long time since I read through my old draft. So I've cut out Frush, and I was a new writer at the time, and that was my first story that it took me 7 years to write my first draft, my original story, which is why 3 years after I completed it, actually probably wasn't even when I completed it. I think I'd already started on a new version before I'd completed the story, but I still wanted to complete the original story because I've rewrote the first several chapters of this a couple of times with the changes that I wanted to make, and this is pretty much applying everything that I've learned about writing over the years and making that good idea that I had originally more consistent with the canon and changes in the realm of canon. So I've got around why Vegeta now leaves Earth without having to bring Frush into the picture. And another thing that I always wanted to do with Life-Changing Moments, which I wasn't good enough to do at the time, which has a draft that still needs to be completed, is I originally wanted to do Trunks's story in full. I'm just checking to see how far I actually got in that. So in my folder at the moment. It's called A Time Traveler's Tale. It's still up on my channel, on my fanfiction account over at Fanfiction Next. I haven't cross-posted everything from there to AO3. Oh, and looking at this, which these chapters are posted, and I'm just gone into the document and just been hit by all the typos that are in it. I think up to chapter 5 is as far as I got, but I wanted to do a Life-Changing Moments Trunks version of the world, and I just didn't have the skill at the time to write both versions together like I wanted to, whereas this time I do, and I've worked out how I can do it without having to put them in 2 separate documents like I did the last time. So that's one thing I'm really excited for in my rewrite, and I am hoping to get to the end of this draft by the end of the year so that by next year I can start tidying up the story and actually posting and sharing it. One of my goals this year is to finish off all my Dragon Ball Z stories except for memorable moments, but I'm going to make an effort to complete a good chunk of memorable moments during April. So that's my goal for April, is to work on memorable moments. I'm still going to be working on other projects on the side because I can't just work on one project, but this will be my main focus when I get home from work or when I get up in the mornings. This will be the project that I work on first, and once I hit a certain number in this document, then I can go over and work on other projects. So I've set my goal at 50,000, so I'm hoping to get this to 70,000 minimum, but I'm really hoping to do a lot more than that writing wise during the month. So we'll see how I go, and hopefully I'll remember to do a wrap up at the end of the month. And it's less than 24 hours till I can start camp from when I'm recording this video. I actually hope to have it posted as soon as I finish recording. So this time tomorrow, which is 6 a.m. at the moment, I should hopefully already have 1,000 words in my story because I plan to get up at 5 and write for an hour and a half before work. So I'm hoping to start off strong. And I'd love to hear about your own camp projects. What are you doing for Camp NaNoWriMo this year?